CBC.ca is Canada's top broadcast news site, and when breaking news hits, it's a busy place.
Just as an example, when the Dawson College shootings happened last fall in Montreal, I looked back later and we had updated that main story 132 times.
So as you see, we sit in the middle of the television newsroom.
Yes. Mary Shepard heads up the news team at CBC.ca.
Very much part of the journalism of the CBC.
Yes. Most staffers here are editors, but TV and radio reporters are also catching on.
What happens is they get hooked, right? They think they're going to try it, and they try it for once or twice, and then they start getting feedback, and then they start realizing they go to a dinner party and somebody says, "Oh, I saw you on the web the other day. Oh, this is somebody who may be on television all the time, but they're always on at the wrong time, so that this person at the dinner party never ever saw them before on television, although they know that they're a television reporter."
The people here are web specialists who rarely leave their desks to go reporting.
If you have this gut feeling that all you want to do is get out on the street and chase after fire engines or whatever, this is not the job for you.
With 3 million exclusive web visitors every month, CBC.ca is #1. But it does have competition. CTV.ca gets 2.3 million visitors a month, making it the second most popular online broadcast news site in Canada.
Berkman did a great piece for us on the web.
Mark Sickstrom is executive news producer of CTV.ca, and he consults regularly with CTV News President Robert Hurst.
We need to be out of this base. It's an open border.
Hurst has some old-school views on the credibility of freelance internet news.
He says stop and you just keep going.
For every real and true fact on the internet, there are probably 10 or 15 or 20, 30 misfacts or wrong statements.
Hurst says what separates what we see on CTV.ca from YouTube is adherence to solid standards.
Journalism is journalism. It doesn't matter what platform it is, be it the mainstream media of television or radio or online. It still comes down to fundamentally asking a question, asking a journalistic question, using your news judgment to determine what is newsworthy, and then assembling the facts in such a way to communicate the news or a story to your audience. So those fundamentals are evergreen and are ever true.
Most of the producers here were trained in print, but they love working in this new medium. Sickstrom is clearly proud of his team's work ethic.
We don't hold anything back from the web, so as soon as it comes into the plant, we grab it and we put it on the website.
You find that when people go to the website, it kind of drives them to the program also, right?
We have something that's called the virtuous circle. TV drives to web, web drives to TV, and around you go.
And Sickstrom has some very basic advice for potential web producers.
Learn to write. Whether it's radio, TV, or the web, if you're not a good writer, you're not going to get a job. So that ancient skill is still vitally important.
For Sickstrom, the move to more wireless service is especially cool.
You can just flip your phone open, and we're updating constantly.
Hello, welcome to CTV.ca. I'm Kate Naylor. It's nice to have you with us today.
How many people are watching that, do you think?
50,000 a month.
So it's a real growth industry, no
Yeah.
question.
And all the carriers now are doing this, and increasingly that's going to be another venue for news.
In the shadow of Parliament Hill, reporters at the CTV National Bureau are also becoming aware of the web.
As soon as I'm actually off the air, that's already been on the web. Somebody in Toronto has picked up what I've said and put it out on the web.
I mean, yeah, but it's not changing my life. I'm still doing the content that I always did.
For Craig Oliver, credibility is also the main point.
People have to know whether or not they can trust what they're seeing or not. And so this will be an issue of brand. And brands are going to be precious, and they have to be protected.
Here at TSN, they take web journalism seriously as well. In fact, they're one of the pioneers of web sports journalism.
More than 2.5 million Canadians visit TSN.ca every month. And for web producers like Jamie Nichols, who are always checking scores, it's a great place to work.
It's a kind of a dream job because it's something I would be doing anyway.
And now you're getting paid.
And now I'm getting paid.
TSN producers are constantly pulling in highlights from across North America, but many of them now land on the web long before they get to a TV set.
It's so organic now that it's just running away with itself.
Developer Liam Nickerson is designing TSN's new website.
Again, this is really rough, so I'm not sure how it's going to look.
It's the place to be. It was the place to be 10 years ago, and it still has just, it's like fulfilled its promise and more so.
We have over 100,000 subscribers to our daily email.
Mike Day is TSN.ca's executive producer.
People can customize their favorite sports and get news right to their desktop every morning. Perhaps you want the Vancouver Canucks story and highlights first up in the page, and so why not have a My TSN page one day there where you can order the stories yourself. I've added 5 staff to my group in the last 6 months or so, and I hope that trend continues. As we produce more and more pages, more and more platforms, more and more content is necessary to get out on those platforms. We're going to need staff to make that happen. So for all the students out there, the ability to multitask and the ability to handle television, radio, editing, camera work, web work, etc. Anybody who has a number of those skills under their belt are going to be very, very valuable employees to employers like TSN and all the other media companies out there.
Join us for part 2 of Online Broadcast News, when we'll look at how students are preparing for the internet world and how a more traditional news agency has taken on the online challenge.
Soldiers with guns. Not too many people, especially Westerners, have taken a ride in the countryside of southern Afghanistan.
That's all coming up in part 2 of Online Broadcast News.